Karen Bonafilio, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. We are so excited to have you on the channel today, and we have a special guest today. This is Melinda Ollangg. Melinda, would you like to say hi to everyone before we start?
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well.
Me too. I hope everyone is doing well. Melinda's going to do something that I have never seen before, so it's pretty cool. Let me tell you about her. She's a medium, a trance healer, a Reiki practitioner. She does automatic writing, and she is also an end-of-life doula. She was born in Columbus, Ohio, the youngest of 8 siblings. Needless to say, I was enlightened early on, and many lessons were learned along the way. I was always the observer. I can see why, because you were the baby. And in my opinion, being an observer is a talent of its own, for it is through observation that I came to understand my true self. Do you know how many people are searching for their true self, Melinda?
Yeah. A lot.
Mm-hmm. Her work focuses on offering enlightenment and understanding that our loved ones remain with us in spirit. Excuse me. Over time, she's come to realize that being an end-of-life doula is not only about supporting someone as they transition, but also helping their loved ones who remain, walking them through grief and sorrow. I remind them that grief does not simply go away, but it is carried with grace. I like this last sentence. There is light within the darkness of grief, and I am devoted to helping others discover that light and the love that surrounds it. I just think that's beautiful. I think the description of you and all of that is beautiful. I find you to be a very soft soul also. Yeah.
That's very true. When you come from a family of 8 and you're the youngest, you learn to be that soft soul, the peacemaker of the family.
The peacemaker of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you Catholic by any chance?
Yes, we were raised Catholic, yes.
Okay, usually with a lot of kids, we find that. Well, first of all, let's talk about automatic writing, because that is something that I've heard of, and I did experience it once with you, and that was pretty cool. And I had read that to the audience at another time. But would you tell us about automatic writing?
Well, someone usually, if I have a friend or someone asks about their loved one passing away and not understanding, for instance, like in my boss in the office, her brother had passed away and they were having a really, really hard time with it. And so I sat one day with him, his name was David, and asked if he wanted to come in and give anything. And so I did an automatic writing for them because they were having a family day, and it's what they celebrate the Day of the Dead. So I gave it to her, and she read it, cried, and she gave it to her mother, who read it to the family, and they were just like in awe. So it's a message. I asked the person that they're grieving or they're missing if they would come through and like want to give a few words of something to say. So I write it down and then I pass the message on. Normally don't give me names, but I unfortunately knew his name. But normally, like if someone is like, okay, can I have an automatic writing? If I know they're looking for a certain person, I will get a signature from them at the end. Or sometimes the spirit is creative and puts their own little twist on the signature as well.
Oh, you know.
So that's just how it works.
Do you have to what helps you get into that right state of mind or energy to be able
Well,
to do
I just take my 3 deep breaths, and I sit and I'm like, okay, I'm here to sit with you. If you like to come through and translate a message to me. And I just sit there for a few seconds, kind of like sitting in meditation. And then I pick up the pencil and I start writing. That's it.
Wow. So you just go into a slight meditative state and
Mm-hmm,
then invite them in and you
mm-hmm,
start writing.
mm-hmm.
Now, I know that you reached out to me and you said you had something for me, and I had no clue what you were talking about. Did my husband come to you, or did you invite him in when you presented
But
that?
when I set with the intention of him giving a message for you, having me write a message, I invited him in if he would like to come in and write a message to you. And so he did. He did just
Yes.
that.
It was beautiful.
With the things that I wrote down and everything, you always wonder when you write those messages, what? You look at it like, what is this? But it's like you have to trust spirit. So I give it, I just trust spirit of what they're giving me. And I just pass the message on and hope that it's something that you could take out of it. Even if it's, a few little words or something or the whole thing. You just
Well,
have to trust.
yeah, and spirit's going to say something to the receiver that will make sense to them,
Right.
not necessarily to you as the automatic writer, too.
Right. It's they give me things that they know that you'll understand, and however you went through life or what you went through with. As being a medium, I know a lot of times some people, they give dates, numbers, addresses, and all that. Spirit doesn't work with me that way. Spirit comes in and they'll give me just like an automatic guidance, a few details of the situation, but then they always like to take it back to the good times instead of the person always harping on the bad. So
Right.
they'll give you a few examples of what happened, and then they go into remember this, to take them back to the bright side. And I kind of believe that is because they want them to stop feeling the sorrow that they feel of losing, or they're always thinking they could have done something else. That spirit is truly saying, I am okay. And remember the good times, not the bad, to help them walk this life of earth and move on.
It's really difficult when someone goes through grief. And then if they have guilt or something on top of that is compounded, like
Mhm.
I should have done this or I should have done that. And so, yeah. So I imagine it brings them a lot of peace.
Yes. Yes, it does. Because a lot of people walk about, let's say somebody didn't talk forever, and then say their parents died and they didn't have the chance to say this or say that, and they feel guilty about it, or they didn't do this or didn't do that. You can give them that automatic writing to say, hey, it's okay. And
Mhm.
sometimes they'll come in with an apology about it, but they don't want to go into the details. They want to go back to the good times and
Yeah.
remember the good times,
Hmm.
because they don't want us here on earth living in those sorrows and that sadness.
No, because they're embraced with just pure love
Yes.
and they harbor no ill will.
Mhm.
Do you have to protect your energy when you do automatic writing, or you just
No, I don't. When I first started this journey of meditating and learning about the classes and everything, I used to do protection prayers and do all this and protect my energy. I don't protect it anymore because I know that when I sit and I do things, that I'm already protected by my guides and my team. And
Mhm.
I don't need to worry about that because they're not going to allow something to come in that shouldn't be there. They might give me a vision or something of it, but they're not going to allow it to come in to where it's going to always be on my mind and I'm going to worry about it,
I
like
feel the same
people
way.
watch those scary movies and they wonder, no, I trust wholeheartedly in spirit and so, no, I don't, I don't,
Hmm.
I don't.
I know that some people sage and some people, do blessings and all that. I'm kind of on the same page with you.
I used to sage and do all of that. Now there's Palo Santo sticks. I
I
don't.
I love that stick. I
I just they're here, but I just haven't used it, you know.
Yeah, I do love the stick. I love the way it smells. I like to put the smoke on me, to tell you the truth. I like the way it
Mhm.
smells.
Some people use it
Oh,
too to get them into the energy of the spirit as well. They use that too, and that's how they invite spirit in as well. So,
that's true also. I should do that before I interview, maybe. I don't know. Well, you have some samples of the automatic writing. Would do you like to read one or two now?
sure. I think you had like 4 people.
I think so.
I think so. Let me go here. I get nervous when I read to people in public, but I will try.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry.
That's
I thought
okay.
I thought you would want to read it, not
I'd
me.
be big and bright. So the first one, there was a girl, Tracy. I didn't write their last names down.
Yes.
She asked something about what does the next 5 years have to show for me. She wasn't asking for a particular person. So this is what I got from her when I sat with her question. It's like when you ask what the next 5 years will bring, remember that the future is shaped by the choices you make now. If life feels static, it may be a sign that certain patterns or experiences are repeating because they haven't been fully released or understood yet. Instead of focusing on instead of focusing on what might to come to you, ask yourself what you truly want to shift within you. What needs to change? What are you ready to let go of? And just as importantly, what are you ready to step into? Don't let the past hold you back. Use it as a foundation for growth. If there is something you desire to create or achieve, begin manifesting it. Believe in that vision wholeheartedly and trust that it will come to you at the time meant for you. You hold the power to shape the next 5 years. Is
Oh, Melinda, that's pretty darn powerful.
I mean, and that was for the Laura Tracy girl.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
Tracy.
for Tracy. Um, what is there? There was a Michelle
Yes, Michelle.
about her mother,
Yes.
or yes, about her mother. Asked if her mother was around her. So this is what I got. There isn't a single day that I'm not with you. I'm always around you, always close, and forever ever held deep in your heart, just like we always said to each other. As for your future, remember this: it grows from the choices you make, the healing you allow, letting go of what has weighed you down. Your life opens up each time you take a step forward. Take out the list of goals that you have been holding on to and begin them one by one. You're capable of more than you know, and I'm supporting you with every step. I love you, Mom. And now I believe that after I did this, you said that she wanted to know if her sister was with her parents.
Yes.
Yes. Of course, her sister is with her parents, and she's with every family member that went, friends, family, cousins, relatives. They're all together because once they go over there, whatever burdens they had here in life and they went through, it's all forgiven. It's one big happy family again.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So I
and I
remember
know
I
those two
didn't think I
people
could read that,
personally.
but they told me.
Yeah, those people, those messages are going to resonate with them, with both of them.
Okay.
I know that. Yeah, especially
You
Michelle.
know this? Okay, well, that's good. Thanks for giving me that. There was a Lori.
Lori. Yes, Lori.
Lori. This was for about a husband, right? Correct, the husband.
Yes, her husband had passed.
Okay. So this is what I got for her. When you wonder what your husband would want you to know, think of the think of the peace he longed for in life, because that peace because because that is the peace connected to him now. The weight of what he went through and what you both endured no longer defines him. And that clarity, there is understanding, softness, and release. If he could speak to you from that place of clarity, he would acknowledge the hardships, offer his heartfelt apologies, and recognize the love and effort you gave so much of which he didn't fully express appreciate for at that time. He would encourage you to keep moving forward, to breathe deeply into your own life, and to honor yourself the way you so often honor others. Your paths, in their own way, will always remain connected. Understanding and compassion continue to grow between you even now, between the two of them even now. And his little message was live, breathe, be you, with much love.
I'm going to tell you that is spot on too.
It is?
It
See?
is, because there there were some things that were not cool about some of the things he did. So that was really spot on.
Okay,
Linda,
good.
you're knocking it out of the park.
Oh, I love baseball.
Well, I wonder, what's the football analogy? I mean, that was baseball. What would the football?
Touchdown. Touchdown would be a
Touchdown,
football
touchdown.
analogy.
Yeah. So three
Touchdown.
touchdowns. Well,
Okay, so
you have one more, don't you?
yeah, isn't it Vivi?
Yeah, Vivi. Hmm.
Something about wanting to know about lessons in life or something like that. I don't have the original page, but
Yeah, I can't remember either.
what I wrote was your main lesson in this lifetime is to live in a way that is true to you. The path you followed so far was chosen because it felt like the safest, most sensible direction at the time, but it also carried weight outside of influences and pressure. Now your growth comes from reclaiming your decisions and trusting your own voice above all others. You have always had the power to choose, and this is the moment to stand in that truth more fully. Step into your unique self. Some may not understand or approve, but that's the part of the lesson. Showing others and yourself that your life is guided by your own choices, not theirs. Honor who you are becoming. Honor the decisions you feel called to make. That is what you are meant to do now.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Oh,
Touchdown.
yes.
I'm not kidding. Every one of those was perfect for that person.
Oh,
I'm
and
not
that makes
kidding.
me happy.
Yeah.
I say thank you, Spirit. Thank you,
Thank
Spirit.
you,
I think
Spirit. Yeah.
Spirit and I just won the game.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm glad you have that available if people are interested in
Now,
having that.
and if you want me to, I could send these to you and you could pass it on if they would like to have them.
You know they would.
Okay, so I can
Just
do
like
that.
I have mine and I read mine, take it out and read it. And yeah, of course.
It's a good reminder.
Yeah, it
It's a
is.
good reminder, especially when you go back down into those stages. You're all good, and then all of a sudden something knocks you back. That's a good reminder to pick up and to move forward and continue that, to
Now,
snap you back.
Melinda, did somebody teach you this, or did you just, discover it on your own? Or
No, as I used to always write my sister letters, and in school I wasn't really that good about it. But like I don't know if it was language or one of those English classes you had to do writing. I would just do writing, but I had no clue what it was about. But I always wrote down my feelings of how I felt about a situation. And so in this way, I just ask Spirit if they would like to kindly come in and give their loved ones a message, to help them here while they're still going through this journey here on earth. So I somehow incorporated in that. And I think also I started doing it when I knew that I was going to talk or do something. I would sit and write, and then I would read that. But that now I just, when I know I'm going to do a talk like this or something like that, I just know that Spirit is here, and all the right things will come out, hopefully that they do. And there it is. But I honestly do love automatic writing because I can feel in my heart that it is something that people need. I mean, they can be told, they can be told sorry. I just like the sorry for your loss. I don't know. I think I like this to just say saddened by your loss, not sorry. Because to me, sorry makes it feel like.
Thank you for that.
To me, sorry makes it feel like that. Oh well, get over it. When someone says, I like to say saddened for your loss because I can feel the emotions in what they have lost, because I've lost a lot of close people to me. So I understand that. So I don't like the sorry for your loss. I like the saddened for your loss.
I'm going to start saying that. It changes it entirely.
Yeah, it puts a new feeling out there, and it gives them the feeling that you understand what they're going through.
Right.
And no one, we all have to walk through it. Grief never goes away. It's always with us. It's always there. I forget who told me this. I think it was my teacher. It says it's like a loved one. Remember that you take that and you stick it in your heart, and that love is always right there in your heart.
Right.
And when you're having a bad day, go back to that heart space where that love is. Think about it. I would encourage these people to open that letter and read it. It's confirmation that no, our loved ones aren't physically still here with us on earth, but they are still with us and they are still around us. And so if you would only take the leap of faith in believing in that, then you can see that it is true.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow. I think that's pretty spectacular, my friend.
Well,
I think you have a very soft soul. Ever since I initially talked to you, I was drawn to you. I just think your soul is so beautiful, quite frankly. And Kelly knows I don't say that to everybody. I don't think I've said it to anybody.
Well,
yeah.
My soul goes out, to coming from a place of not having much growing up,
Yeah.
I understand what people go through, and always remember that we're not here to judge a homeless person in the street or somebody standing on the corner talking crazy, because you never know who it could be. It could be an angel. It could be Jesus. It could be anybody.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
It could be anybody, and I come across them all the time. So I'm always very, very nice, and my heart goes out for them. And I never used to say anything, but now I do correct people when they speak down about somebody, even in the airport. Oh, really? What are you in such a hurry for? Why are you yelling at the person behind the counter? It's not their fault the plane isn't there. They didn't tell the plane, hey, go sit over here. Let's make these people angry.
Yeah.
What's the sense of yelling? And that right there goes to show you that those people walk through life here in the mind. Got to do this, have a schedule, do. They're not coming from the heart, because if they would remember about their heart, they would be more mellow about it. And there's been many people in the airport. I've been stuck for hours, and that just go up there, and sometimes I feel bad for the people, and I'll go up and I say, what's the point? She can't bring the plane here. It's not her. Yeah. It's not her fault that it rained or it broke down. So what's the point? So you're irritated, you're frustrated. Find something to do with your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, find
Go get
something.
a book. Go get
Go get
coffee.
a drink if you drink, go do
Yeah,
something.
whatever you need to do. Other than yelling at somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. So I try to, because I know with our big family that we all have our different mindsets and different personalities. And what I come to realize is that we are each our own. And if we don't like what someone says or does in the family, it's not our point to judge them. What we're supposed to do is to be here for family and support our family. And we support that family by doing it for your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, your great grandmother, your great grandfather, and the ancestors, support it. Be different, because if we were all the same, what fun is that? There's a lot of people in the world that walk around, in the things that they do in the churches and everything they do. I mean, I'm born and raised Catholic. I went to Christian churches, they go and they do this, and a lot of them think, oh, I went to church today, is everything is okay. But then you come out and you're still the same. You're not being yourself true inside. You're following a family generational pull.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is we have to clip that cord and be our unique self. When we learn to be our unique self and not worry, sure, it can be lonely at times and you feel that there's nobody here for you, but also you know that you're at peace within yourself. And I pray for all the rest of them to find their peace.
And also what you mentioned during that conversation was not having judgment on somebody else.
Right.
And their decisions.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is pretty good, especially in a large family like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fascinating. So I love that about you. Tell us about, I really like you to talk about being a trance healer too. What do you do with that?
Well, being with the trance healer, I learned to sit in trance when I was doing classes and in person before the pandemic hit. And I had Jennifer Rose, Miguel, back in the day, we all did classes together, and it was learning to sit in the power and learning to sit in the silence. And then my sweet teacher, Barbara, I did what's called Illuminated Heart Weekends, which I would go over to a friend of hers house and we would do Illuminated Heart. You walk the labyrinth and you do all these things, sitting in the power. And it's trusting because of who they are. Karen is Indian descent and she works with Indians and found herself. Barbara is just, she's from the fairies all around the universe, It's finding what you are and not asking, because every time I would ask, I would always get the question, well, what do you think it should be? So you don't ask. Then one day I went into a class and I said, I was sitting in the power and I saw this and I felt this. Is that something that happens? And I got, no, it never works that way, from this one particular teacher. And then I was like, well, why was it? And I was like, never mind. And then I never took those classes again. But I asked my teacher, Barbara, and she said, they're guiding you in a way to where you're going to become a healer and you're going to work with people. You get the energies in your body from Reiki and everything that you can use all of that. It's as a tool. You're gifted with the healing tool as well. So
that's wonderful. Very nice. Okay. And I could have used you with my parents, who I took care of them till the end of life. And I had never heard of a death doula until I interviewed somebody else about that.
I see there's death doula and then they change it to end-of-life doula.
Oh, end-of-life doula. I'm sorry.
I don't like the death doula name either.
Yeah, it does have kind of a bad connotation, doesn't it? End-of-life doula.
End-of-life doula, yeah.
And the other gal, she called herself a death doula. So that's why I got that in my mind.
Yeah, and people do that. That is the first way that they started using it, is a death doula. So, and then it came to the end-of-life doula, and I like that better because that means to showing you that they're still there. And the first time I got to use it is with my mother when she was starting to decline and she was going into the nursing home. I think we were sitting with Miguel, and he said, "By the way, I'm not saying your mother is going to leave this earth now." He said, "But when she does, she has to know that there is Jesus is going to be front and center because she's Jesus like me. He's my passion. All her family members are going to be there. Your dad's going to be there." And I'm like, she's not going to like that. But, and they're all going to be there for her. So I kept telling her this. And the first time I told her, and when I said, "And daddy's going to be there," she's like, "Oh, bullshit." That's exactly what she said. And so when she passed away, because that's exactly what she said. When she passed away, and she was in Ohio in a nursing home, I came back here because I worked for my sister and she was there. So she was smart. She got all, what I call them, her chickens were all there with her in the nursing home. And I was here working and doing my thing. And one morning I woke up and I text my teacher. I said, "Teach, why do I have an owl in my ceiling?" She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I closed all the blinds and everything, and there's an owl on my ceiling." And I still have the picture of it somewhere. She said, "Well, that's the messenger of death." So then the next morning I woke up.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, and I thought, Mama passed. And then she did. So that was my mother.
You're sending an owl.
An owl was on my ceiling. I closed all my blinds and everything, but this owl was just on my ceiling, clear as day, clear as day. And it was the most amazing thing. So when my mother passed, the next time I did a class or something and working, that's the first thing she did. I think it was Miguel, and he said, "Melinda, oh, your mother just went shoop and pushed everybody out of the way and stepped in and said, I want you to know everything that you told me. That's exactly how it happened. They were all there. And everything is forgiven over there."
Right.
All there. Because you wonder about that when people pass, You wonder if it's going to be okay and what are they going to see. But now I understand that it's true. It's all forgiven. They're all gone from this earth and back to where we came from.
Exactly. That's pretty cool. And Miguel and Jennifer are awesome too. Wonderful for you to be in classes with them also.
Yes.
Miguel just lives 45 minutes away from me.
I know. You two ought to connect up.
I have interviewed him. I ran into him at one of the psychic fairs, but I kind of interrupted him. He was talking to people, but I was so excited to see him, and it was good to see him. And I love his artwork.
He's a sweet soul. He's divinely, he's divinely guided by the eternal. He's a sweet soul. Guadalupe, Mother Mary, whatever you want to call it. He's divinely guided by all of them, ascended masters.
Yeah.
He truly is. And he's just a brightness. And, when we all do our journey together, then we all stem off and do what we do, And I like to write, and I like to have people to have that message, I mean, sure, I do mediumship and I'll do classes and things like that. Not classes, but do live things and give messages. First time I was like, what do you mean go live? And I don't see the people in a Zoom room. They just, send a text. I like to have a reading. And it does work. Don't doubt yourself. Always believe that spirit is right there guiding you.
Right.
And they are going to let you know that, hey, yeah. So.
Well, I know you're going to bless a lot of people just giving those letters to them. And I think that's wonderful. And other people can contact you about that also.
Yes, they could.
Yeah.
Yes, they can if they have a question or if they want to just hear from somebody. I'm all about helping and being there for people.
I have found that true with this community. They just want to be a service and to help.
If you get a little donations or something like that, it's wonderful. Like you gave me one, it's wonderful. But for me, it's all about helping. Here's this owl that was on my ceiling. How can I get you to sing? Can you see him?
I can. Yeah, I saw it a little bit, but now it's gone. It went bye-bye.
Okay, wait. Let me see if he'll stay there. It's because it's white there. Can you
there
see
he
him?
is. Yes. Oh my gosh. And he's on a branch.
Yes.
Oh, that's freaky cool.
I actually went outside looking and everything, closing things up.
Yeah,
Your dog says yes, it is.
Quiet. Sorry. When I get excited, they get excited.
Yeah.
Stop it, puppies. Yeah. Melinda, is there anything else you'd like to tell our audience? This has been a beautiful interview. I've enjoyed it so much.
Well, what I would like to say that so many of us in life that we go through life and we're walking the life from when we're a child. Yes, we must pay attention. But go back to that child of you, that imagination of that child of you. And remember all the things that you thought were cool. If it's fairies or whatever it would be, know that they're all true. And to go back to that piece of your life and cut that. Stop being a generational follower and start cutting those in the family. Because if you notice new children coming in the world the last 3, 4, 5 years, you need to listen to them. They got something to say. 1, 2 years old, they can talk a whole paragraph in sentence and tell you things. And to live from your heart, believe in your heart, search your heart of what you love and do. Because everybody out there, everybody, I don't care who you are, there's always something that you wanted to do, but you've tucked it away because the family wouldn't agree with it. It's not a family tradition. Make it happen anyway. You might break the curse and they might start following in your direction too. Sure, they'll think you're strange for a while and think you don't know what you're talking about. And I have gotten that in my family, but I don't let it bother me anymore. I don't.
Right.
Okay.
My philosophy is people are going to judge you no matter what. So you might as well just be yourself.
And don't be a judgment person. Be you.
And you're not. And that's good.
Be you. Just be you. Don't judge.
Yeah.
Even if it's the most irritating person that you're blocked to see on the TV, I say turn off the TV and the news as well, because that just is pulling you in with hypnotism and ruining your mind. Right. Stay out of your mind, use it for work or what you want to achieve, and live from the heart.
Live from the heart, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, my friend, it's been a lovely interview, and I thank you very much. Don't get off afterwards, so we can just speak for a second, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
And thank you.
Blessed be the day.
Okay.